Welcome back. Business investor migration has slumped of late, and it's feared the economy is missing out on $1 billion or more in capital. So why is it happening, and what can be done to reverse the trend? Joining me now is the chairman of the Association for Migration and Investment, Marcus Beveridge. Good morning, Marcus.
Good morning.
So why has it dropped off?
It dropped off because, for two reasons. Firstly, in November 2002, the government introduced a Level 5 IELTS English language prerequisite for obtaining residency under this category. And then more recently, in July the 4th last year, they introduced a new investor category whereby an immigrant had to be 54 years of age of younger, speak good English, have at least 5 years business experience, and be willing to invest $2 million in government infrastructure projects for a period of 5 years. After that 5-year period, a investor or immigrant would then get a CPI-adjusted return on their money. And it has proven to be very unattractive, and no one has subscribed to it. In fact, we've only had 3 successful cases in the last 12 months.
So how much money, how much has it dropped off from to what?
Well, in the year 2001, I think New Zealand collected about $1.3 billion. In the year 2002, we collected $1.6 billion. And this year we've, so far, year to date, I think, had about $34 million.
Which is a huge drop-off.
Yeah, 99-point-something% drop-off.
Yeah. So what's the solution, then?
Well, we're really delighted to say that the Minister of Immigration, Honourable David Cunliffe, invited us on Friday at our annual conference to have input into a new policy which he hopes to deliver by Christmas time. And the idea, I guess, will be to come up with a user-friendly, sort of commercially workable policy that hopefully encourages direct investment and stimulates our economy and has a win-win outcome, which is always easier said than done.
Yes, because that's one of the issues, isn't it? There's a lot of scepticism as to the real value of that money that's come in. A lot of it's just been parked in bank accounts, and the people have found that it's hard to establish a business here, and they've just gone back home.
Dead right. Under the investor category, they've just had to get a commercial return on their money. So 90-something% of those people have elected to put that money into our trading banks over the last few years, and obviously the banks have done well out of that money. I mean, they've had billions of dollars sitting around that they've made margin on by chucking out into our residential property sector. So the trick is to try and encourage active investment. We also have other policies under the business category, such as the long-term business visa, where you do have to set up a business for 2 years, and you will then subsequently get residency if your business is deemed to be successful. It's a good point you make.
What about our neighbours, Australia? How are they coping with this?
Australian numbers compared to New Zealand over the last 5 years have been sustainably... we competed pretty well with them in 2001 and 2002. Because of our major dramatic drop-off over the last year, they have had a sustainable sort of number in the approximately about 2,500 cases coming through, whereas we've had 34. So they've sort of stuck to their guns, and their policy is considered much more user-friendly. Investors in Australia get a quarterly commercial return on their money. They don't have to wait for 5 years.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Marcus Beveridge from the New Zealand Association for Migrants and Investors.